This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. For more great podcasts, head over to bigheadsmedia.com. Hey there, folks. Welcome to the Garden of Earthly Delights. It's a Bosch podcast brought to you by us at TV Tuners. I'm your host, Swanson. With me, as always, is my co-host and chief of the police, who really needs you to get this stuff together.
I'm up to it with your shit. And this is all the time we're going to be doing this impression because it's not very good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt that. That's for sure. And with us, as always, of course, is our other co-host and district attorney who really wants you to talk to that murderer boy, Kyoran.
There could be closure for the victims.
Closure's a myth.
Oh!
But you just saw how important it was like 5 minutes ago, Bosch. Do you not pay attention?
I don't care.
Oh, Bosch, I can't believe you've done this.
Oh, Bosch. They should have more people on the show going, Bosch, in like an annoyed tone or like a disappointed tone.
I imagine Lance Reddick doing a little eye roll. He's like, oh, Bosch.
Bosch.
Bosch, I don't appreciate what you're doing.
I wish Lance Reddick would say Bosch's name the way he said, like, McNulty. Just with the disdain in his voice. Just, Bosch, get in here!
That'd be good. Bosch deserves like much more harsh treatment than he gets. He has too much respect.
Someone needs to stop this
on the
guy.
police force.
Yeah. Yeah, he's unstoppable. You can't stop the Bosch.
We can't stop him from, what has he done so far?
He shot a man.
It's the LAPD. They've all killed people.
Can't stop
probably.
Yeah. They need like a moment when he, later in the season, when he inevitably gets exonerated. Everybody in the bar sharing stories of the first time they shot someone.
I'm glad that this is the last episode because...
Does that happen?
No, it's even better. The jury finds him guilty and fines him $5.
So wait, the jury sets the price?
Apparently.
According to Bosch.
That doesn't
The
sound
character.
accurate, but I don't know anything. I guess I don't know shit about the law.
Yeah, Better Call Saul has failed us.
So, like, the jury's in there, and they're like, I think this guy's guilty, and also let's only fine him $5.
Like, yeah, he broke the rules, but it's good that guy died. Keep up the good work, Bosch.
$5.
It's basically boys will be boys.
Amazing.
Here's your gun back, Bosch.
They never took his gun away.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. He just gets to hang out with his gun.
This is a great country that we live in. Yeah, but of course we won't get to talk about that particular scene. Instead, our journey with Bosch ends at this point.
The end. See you next week.
Hopefully for the time forever, but maybe for the time being. So we have this final episode that we get to, and then we're done with Bosch. We're moving on to the rest of our backlog of Buy Me a Coffee products.
Okay, what else?
I mean, that's it. That's what we're doing here today.
Okay, but what else?
Because like what else happened in the world? I don't think we want to talk about that.
Like, in addition to what else we're doing on the podcast, what else are we doing on the podcast?
Like today?
Yeah?
I don't know. We're just gonna be doing our normal stuff, bullshit and talking for an hour or so.
But
Okay,
what else?
Go on. Like, what bits are we gonna do? Like, what jokes?
Yeah,
are we gonna
what
be
what
making
jokes
during
should
the
I tell,
Bosch
Swanson?
portion?
Probably nothing current, given the atmosphere. The time of record.
Okay.
Probably should stay away from that. Maybe we'll do a joke about I don't know, to the
how
police force is
easy it
cool.
is to get a gun in this country, and how many government officials don't really have a security.
That's technically not the issue everyone has at the time of record. It's moved on for a short
bit. And then we
bit.
can talk about how most government officials don't have bodyguards, and are very soft targets.
No.
We actually, I'm getting a note. We can't.
Oh.
Although it is important to ask yourself when you see snipers trained on buildings, how many bullets do they really have?
None.
How much could they possibly be holding in there?
Like, I think they don't even have bullets. I think they're just bluffing.
Yeah, it's all for show.
You ever see a cop or a security guard and wonder how easy it would be to take his service weapon from him?
Legally speaking, no.
You don't get intrusive thoughts like throwing the Game Boy out the car window?
I'm being advised to say no.
I would have thoughts about, like, dropping something that I don't want to drop, and it falls down a stone
But
drain
not
or something. Not like throwing something that I value.
Oh, I thought I meant specifically the grabbing the cop's gun thing.
No, I imagine dropping something important in front of a cop and then them laughing at it.
You dropping something, and when you go to pick it up, they slap you on the butt?
Yeah. They say, great ass! It's Al Pacino.
I've had a thought about a bunch of police officers using their key to fly throughout the wasteland and land side by side, ready for combat.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I thought that was the Kingdom Hearts one. You meant key like Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one.
I was like, oh, do they fly with the Keyblades in Kingdom Hearts?
I don't think there's any cops in Kingdom Hearts, actually. It's an ideal society.
I think Goofy's a cop.
I mean, I don't know. If you work for a king, are you a cop?
Yes.
Yes.
All right,
Well,
then,
Japan,
Goofy and Donald are cops.
Historians say that like the earliest police force was in Edo, Japan, as we conceive of police. So technically, yes.
Yeah, then I guess they're cops. But like they're patrolling like evil little like soulless creatures.
Yeah.
They're not really going around to the populace.
Well, that's how they see people, Swanson, the police.
Yeah, the police are the heartless.
That's true. Yeah, the latest police training videos actually do just take the heartless from Kingdom Hearts and put them over people.
They just watch Parking Lot Kingdom Hearts on YouTube.
Damn,
I
it's
just
really like that
imagine
out here.
like some kind of like police manual, and like it's as coherent as the Kingdom Hearts story.
It's probably less. And there's probably as many mentions of Xenohort.
Yeah, let's stop talking about the police.
Let's stop talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to talk about the police anymore for this episode, I don't think.
Yeah, we're going to talk about something else during the Bosch podcast.
Yeah, well, Bosch is like a noted guy. He's like a musician.
Yeah. Did you know that the Border Patrol agents can search any domicile within 100 miles of the border?
Which is most major cities.
Yes. Including Denver.
Yes, I did know that. I saw that map too,
Yeah.
and I sighed heavily.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as long as we don't get up to anything sketchy border related, I don't think the Border Patrol is going to come in here.
That's true, yeah. That's the way we all should think about it too, is that as long as we don't do anything wrong, nothing will ever happen to us.
Well, I've got something really... you guys are going to be really mad at me about this.
Yeah?
Alright, well, you guys know and you love Pumpkin, right?
Fuck off.
We know of Pumpkin, yes.
Well, Pumpkin is an undocumented immigrant.
Hold on, let me get out my phone real quick. I'm just going to send a message. somebody. I'm just texting my
Okay.
girlfriend. Sorry.
Okay. What's
Go on. I
something
mean,
wrong?
continue
Is
your
that-
story. It's not. It's
I
not
think that was the
I shouldn't have
story.
really said it out loud. You know.
I think
That is most of the story, but there's a little more I could expand
Oh,
on if
thank
you
you.
wanted me to.
Go ahead. I need to send out this message.
Well, Pumpkin was born in a pumpkin patch in Mexico, and Pumpkin, wanted to see the freedom of the United States. So, Pumpkin,
yeah, that's
Went
what
with
that's
some
what
coyotes?
that's what brings them over here to see our freedom.
Yeah, they were sorely disappointed when they saw that.
well, I mean, Pumpkin's been upset and jaded since then, and kind of like turned into like this mushy.
Oh, that's
something.
because it's dead. I mean, I don't think pumpkins are alive to begin with. I'm not really sure. I mean, like, are fruits alive?
Well, pumpkin life begins at conception,
Oh,
Stairmaster.
you're right. The Supreme Court has established this.
Fuck.
God damn.
Pumpkin's been real angry lately, so like he's turned into like this black
No.
mushy like substance. So I put Pumpkin in a airtight
Oh,
box
God.
with Pumpkin painted on it. So Pumpkin's fine now.
All right, I finished sending my message, and I'd say we got about 40 minutes to record the
Before
rest
your
of it.
girlfriend gets here.
Yeah, and of course I'm going to be busy after that. So,
Doing what?
Well,
hanging out with my
Oh,
girlfriend.
okay,
Don't get
cool.
Weird.
Yeah, you're not going to pull a Keo and delay the podcast, so you can,
Hang out with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be after the podcast. All right, so
but it is going to end the podcast as soon as she arrives. Like it's like she's here and you're done with the
Yeah.
podcast.
yeah, that's right. So yeah, this is
That's fair.
our final episode of Bosch, brought to us by J-Pop, who bought us
What?
3 coffees to watch 3 episodes of Bosch, in a convoluted, roundabout sort of way. And we're here. We're at the end of
This
it.
is like a mercy thing for the 10
Yeah, because
episode of
originally it
Cowboy
was
Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop. Yeah. We wouldn't have made it that far, I don't think. We would have died.
Probably.
I would
But
have probably been in jail.
as always, of course, you can go over to buymeacoffee.com/tvtuners. A single coffee gives you a single episode for us to discuss with anything you desire, really. We got a lot of stuff in the pipeline. I'll explain it more towards the end of the episode, what we're doing next. But, yeah, before we get into all of that, of course, if you're listening to the pod, hearing our failed attempts at trying to not talk about current events, and you have some questions, maybe a quip, comment, foresight, otherwise, well, you could send that to us at our email address, and we'll read it aloud on the podcast. That's right, folks. All you got to do is send your query, such that it is, over to our email address, tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. What's that email, Keo Ryan?
tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com.
That's right.
That's right. You'd be like Geo, who sent us this email. Rogue Squadron, where's our cover?
I hope this isn't about the movie.
Good news, boys. Looks like this TV Tuners movie is finally getting off the ground. I got a good feeling about Daniel Craig, Idris Elba, and Danny DeVito signing on for the 3 lead roles. Our pal Shaky Pete is passing all his cinematography classes at the community college, and I still have like 3 blunts worth of Purple Kush left. We pull this shit off right, boys, and you'll never have to podcast again. Finally get out of that goddamn podcast town. Start a real life somewhere. Somewhere better, like Kansas? Maybe not. There's just one little question left. What song should we make a slow, sad, Gregorian choral cover of for the trailer? I'd choose myself, but I have to focus on splitting these swishers.
Dude,
You don't want Shaky Pete cutting these blunts. Trust me.
hold.
Geo.
Do they? Oh, question 1, do they even do biopics anymore? Question 2, do they do the sad, slowed down version of songs for biopic trailers.
Not for... They do them for all trailers, but...
All-Star by Smash Mouth.
Sung by Nickelback.
I'm thinking just the two of us.
Even though it's a trio of people?
Yeah. But it's the we can make it if we try part is important, I think.
That's true, yeah. This is a tough
Okay, how about
one.
you didn't have to cut me off?
Yeah, that is sort of the theme of the podcast. I was thinking we built this city on rock and roll.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But maybe you do like a sad Gregorian choral cover of it, but you also change out "We built this city on like podcasting." I don't know. I'm not a musician. They can figure it out, but
maybe it's the opening theme to Gundam. No.
Oh, okay. What if it's the ending theme to Char's Counterattack?
Yeah.
Just a sad, slow version where it's like, "You belong to me."
Well, it's already kind of...
Sayonara.
Well, there's already a sad twinge to it, I would say.
Yeah, but now you
Even
make
if it
it
is
extra
ultimately
sad
helpful.
when you slow it down. It's over like it's them being like, "We belong to Earth," over like broken buildings and fire.
Denver.
Yeah,
And
the
Denver.
the destroyed city of Denver.
I don't... Maybe Caramel Dancing? That
Oh,
would be-
yeah, okay, that's the one.
That's
That's the
it.
one.
Yeah, there you go. All right, well, we answered that question, I think.
I just want to thank Gio for getting Idris Elba to play me in the movie.
Yeah, I can't believe
Playing you?
we got Daniel Craig to play Keo Rain.
Daniel.
That's Mr.
That's James Bond.
Esquire.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Danny DeVito is accurate casting for me, but I was sort of hoping for someone worse. Anyway, I hope we answered your question, Gio. And yeah, once again, tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com is where you send in all of your questions.
That's right.
But of course, email is not the only place where you can find us. If you wish to trek through the dark mires of twitter.com, you can find us there at TVTuners. There's tons of great TV content over there being posted daily. And of course, we're always on the search for the tweet of the week.
And
What we
perhaps
determine
of all
is
time.
the best tweet that comes out in a given week. And Sarah, I hear we got a doozy this week.
Yeah, this tweet comes from MIA, at MIA Universe, who writes, "I tell my one kid, the Democrat versus Republican thing is what rap battles used to be like. And hopefully everyone will be chill when they realize they both make bag of money emoji."
Can you print this out for me on the TV Tuners printer?
Are you gonna frame it?
No, I just need to look this over a little bit more.
I tell my one kid, the Democrat versus Republican thing is what rap battles used to be like. And hopefully everyone will be chill when they realize they both make bags. Money sign.
All right, that's it for TV Tuners this
Hello.
week. Thanks for listening, folks.
You got nothing to add to this, Keo? This is trenchant political commentary.
Well,
Is she talking about like the East Coast West Coast feud?
I don't know if it's anything specific.
I think she's just talking about general rap battles, like what you do when you're battling. You know how you do.
All right, guys, tune out on this one. Am I the only one who's speechless right now from this tweet?
Well, Swanson seems to be.
Well, I was doing a classic sort of thing that we do here, where we look through the tweets of the person who tweeted this and sort of just make fun of them in general, which has sort of just become the whole point of Tweet of the Week.
That's to be a bully.
Yeah, just to make fun of this person who does have a blue check mark.
And also 600,000 followers.
So a very important person, evidently, who said, no politician should invest or buy stocks in anything to do contraception or women's medical insurance or invest in corporations that benefits from collecting data on that life. ... Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. You want to decipher that one for me, Gio?
Could you print it out for me?
That
Yeah,
one makes
here, hold on,
sense, sort of.
No politician should invest or buy stocks in anything to do... Yeah, I guess. I can get behind
sort
that.
of makes sense, but I don't know. If they're going to get rid of it, why buy stocks in it?
True. She did reply to a tweet from Joe Biden about Roe v. Wade and said, America should free Julian Assange and focus more on the happiness of the American people. Less money on military, more on helping women raise children.
True.
I guess not. I guess.
Okay.
What does that have to do with the topic?
Julian Assange, of course, loves women.
Okay, I finally deciphered this first tweet that we were have on our tweet of the week.
You ran it through the TV Tuners Decipherer.
Yes, yeah. We've got this deep learning algorithm that it can understand pretty much anything. So what this tweet is saying is that Democrats and Republicans are the same.
Yes.
Okay, which that's a bit reductive of the entire thing, but it's a pretty common sentiment, I would say.
Yeah, just like East Coast rappers and West Coast rappers are the same.
Which is also kind of reductive.
Yeah. And then, but that's fine because it's whatever.
Everyone will chill when they realize they both make bag, which it obviously means that they will. So we're gonna be chill when we realize that they make money.
We'll be chill when we realize that they're both doing fine and everything's just fine.
Yeah, we're both gonna be chill. We're all gonna be chill here when we realize that they just make a ton of money. And
also,
we see
don't
none of
ask
it.
where that money's coming from. If we get
Don't ask where that money's coming from, what they're doing with that money.
I just don't understand the part where everyone will be chill. Shouldn't that make you more upset?
No, it's chill.
No, you see, they will create the Hegelian synthesis between their opposing viewpoints. And that will bring about the Age of Aquarius, Keo.
No. Don't start with that Hegelian synthesis. Please don't. Please.
Okay, I got a backup tweet of the week.
Well, let's make a Hegelian synthesis between the positions of I want to kill Stairmaster and Stairmaster doesn't want to be killed.
Oh, well, I'm not sure about that last one.
Yeah, the last part is hard to sort of determine.
Okay, well, last time I put a gun to Stairmaster's head, all of his bluster about I don't want to live melted away, and he was like, don't kill me.
Not like this.
I was going to go to Five Guys tonight.
Yeah, but the last time I put a gun to Keo's head, Stair's head, he said, do it, pull the trigger, bitch.
Maybe I'm just not afraid of you, Swanson. Have you ever considered that?
No, that's the vibe I'm getting. But it's fine, though. Stair and I both make bags, so everything's true.
It's true. That's all at Keo's expense. Keo being the third world.
Yes, that's right. We take all of Keo's best jokes and repurpose them for our own comedy.
Yep, that's right.
So I guess that's a tune in on that tweet.
I'm going to tune out.
Okay.
Actually.
I'm tuning way
I'm tuning
out.
in because I support women, especially after today's events.
All
Oh,
right.
wow.
Well, I guess that's why Stare's the best of us.
You really are a modern feminist there,
Yeah.
Master.
Yeah. All right. Well, good work all around. Congratulations, MIA Universe. You'll probably never know that this happened. Anyway, yeah, I got but one last thing to ask before we move on to some Bosch. What'd you guys watch this week? Anything fun, interesting?
Boys.
The boys! Oh, that's some crazy stuff, man. Haha.
You know, I think it's
Yeah, crazy
interesting.
stuff,
I don't
man.
think we've talked about The Boys since it's debuted.
Yeah, it's really gone some places, including a man's penis.
It's true. And technically not a spoiler because it happens like the first scene.
Yeah. You see the penis, and then the boys appears on the side, and a little man runs underneath the title card into the penis.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then some stuff happens. Yeah, it's a good season of the show. It definitely feels like they're telling a different story than they were in season 2 in like terms of momentum. But no less
What do you mean in
no
terms
less
of
fun.
momentum?
Well, like season 2 had like a breakneck speed to it because they were literally on the run, like they could be killed at any moment.
Oh.
It's not really the case in this one. It's telling a slower
I
sort
guess
of
it's
tale.
more. I guess when it's more about a sword of Damocles over your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Which is
cool.
fine. It's not a bad thing. It's just they're obviously telling a different. They're doing a different style this season. I think in terms
I
of
love
the
these
pace.
guys.
Yeah, I could watch these guys do anything.
I want to see Homehouser do some punches.
He does that a lot, actually. See, the problem with when he does punches, though, is that it is usually bad for the person being punched.
Well, yeah, from that perspective, it's bad. They finally decided that last episode that they were gonna not only show nude men and show some nude women too. So
Yeah, they finally decided that what they were going to do with this show is show that superheroes are into some real weird shit. And it only took 3 seasons for them to get to that point.
Oh, actually, it's fairly tame. Considering all the marketing, I was expecting more, but... Am I wrong, Keo? Like this, we didn't really see anything out there.
I don't really know how many people go to orgies in the real world, but
I mean,
maybe it's more than I think. Who
I
knows?
mean, the marketing, they had like the trailer with the disclaimer saying we can't show you anything.
That's
This
just good
episode will
marketing.
be the new Sodom.
I mean, it did have a lot of nudity, I
The
guess.
Supreme Court will overturn this episode. And they did.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm glad I got to watch it before they took it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now they're going to hunt you down to make sure you can't describe it to other people.
And now it's in Kavanaugh's personal vault.
Yeah. He calls it the Spank Bank.
All right, that was good.
I watched.
So, yeah. Yeah, what'd you watch there?
I watched True Detective
Oh.
with
Okay.
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey and Woody
Matthew.
Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
Matthew
Matthew McConaughey.
McConaughey.
He's Magic Mike, Keo.
Oh yeah, he's at my house right now.
Okay, so yeah, True Detective, goated, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
All right, good
Matthew
stuff.
McConaughey plays a cool guy, who I think people should emulate instead of Ryan Gosling from Drive.
Also, make sure to never watch any more True Detective.
Okay, I will. What about season 3? Didn't we tune in on that?
Yeah, that's okay. It's alright. It's alright. It's not the first season.
Also, I've been watching Heavy Metal Elgime, which is on YouTube.
And what?
Heavy metal. Who?
Heavy
What?
Metal
That was
Who?
Elgame.
How?
It's
what's that like?
Yoshiki Tomino's series he directed right before Zeta Gundam. It's about a guy named Daba Myroad traveling around the wastes. And I only watched 3 episodes, so I actually don't know what the overarching plot is. He's mostly just been fighting these bandits.
I
who want to jack his robot. The yellow guy.
Okay, so there's robots in this.
Yeah, and they're called heavy metals.
Of course there's robots.
Nice. Is it good?
Also, there's fairies.
Oh, interesting.
And also, when a new guy's about to show up, the episode ends with next new character and a little picture of them.
So it's like Smash. Like you're watching Smash Bros.
Yes, a warning.
Well, I want to know what the next new character is. The new character every episode?
No.
Yeah.
It seems like it's
Why
only
not?
some of the time they introduce
Imagine
a
if
new
they did that
character.
in Zeta Gundam.
Next new character. You saw on cable.
Next new character, Poptimus Sirocco.
Oh, I probably would have turned it off if I saw that. I'd be like,
Yeah.
ew.
Ew. That's not a name.
Anyway, it's on YouTube, so you can all watch it and make your own judgments. Which I'm sure you will.
Alright. Let's see. I watched a good bit this week.
Nerd.
I watched Don't Look Up. That was a mistake.
And what
What
way?
happened?
Was it the same way for me that was a mistake, or did you have different feelings on the matter?
Oh, well, I watched the whole thing, but the entire time I was like, why does this suck so bad? I came up with I mean, here's the biggest reason why it sucks so bad. It's not funny. It's trying to be like a comedy satire of the moment, but it doesn't work.
The funniest part is the general guy trying to scam people for snack food money.
Yeah, that's probably the funniest part. There was an actual part that made me laugh, made me chuckle more like, and I want to say it's Ron Perlman. I don't know if you got that far in the movie, but Ron Perlman is an astronaut who's like 40 years out of date in terms of like the way he acts. It's funny. Made me go,
Oh, wait,
huh.
is he like the guy who was yelling at the children on the White House lawn?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I turned off right after he was introduced. I was like, oh, that's funny, but I can't handle any more of this.
Yeah. Keo, have you ever hear anything about this? It's definitely out of the zeitgeist. at this
Second time
point,
we've talked about this on this podcast, of course.
Is that show that was about climate change?
No, it's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie about
Okay.
climate change where the metaphor is that it's a meteor, so it doesn't fucking work at all as a metaphor for climate change because they're two drastically different things.
Yeah, we don't have to sacrifice our standards of living to deal with the meteor. In any way.
But yeah, I think that's problem number like numero dos. There is that a meteor is not a 1-to-1 or even a 1-to-2 of climate change satire.
Number one is that these characters are very monstrous, and the banal callousness, which is true
it's a
in
movie
real
that
life.
has me rooting for the apocalypse the entire time. I'm just like, can we get to the part where the Earth dies? Because I'm done with this movie.
The problem is that is very true to life.
Yeah. Also, the movie's over 2 hours long. Bad. The key to good satire is usually like not like length, like short, like not overstaying your welcome. You sort of just make sure it's a quick time, you know.
5-minute movie.
Yes.
Yeah, 5-minute movie. Do a 5-minute movie. Yeah, and then of course, the third thing for me is it's just like by the time the movie came out, everything that it was critiquing had already been critiqued to death. So it just felt like a bunch of like A-list actors and rich people being like, "Yeah, really, we're the problem."
Well, I think it's for people who aren't on Twitter all the time like us. Who are,
I
like,
guess.
several
And
months
maybe those people
behind.
responded to it better than me, who was on Twitter all the time.
I think they were like, this media has a good moral message. I'm a better person for consuming this.
Anyways,
they voted for Joe
back to
Biden.
my regular scheduled lifestyle.
Yeah. But I think the length and the choice of satire element were the problems for me, because think of something like Doctor Strangelove, like one of the greatest satires. One, it didn't make a metaphor for nuclear war. It just talked about nuclear war. It just made a satire of nuclear war. Also, 90 something minutes. That's like the ideal length for a satire, probably.
Makes sense.
I would say 5 minutes is the ideal length of a satire.
Yeah. Like, what if you just did a climate change movie where it was 5 minutes of all these famous people running around saying, "We're fucked!"
And it's shot like Cranked.
Yes.
It's this heavy metal guitar wailing while Jason Statham's running around, screaming, "You stupid bastards! Look what you've done!"
I will say, I think most of the actors are trying, which is kind of the saddest part, especially Leonardo DiCaprio, who is trying real hard on this one to be, one, not ridiculously attractive. He's like trying very hard to seem like a normal dude. And two, he's trying real hard to give like there's a moment near the end of the movie where he gives like the big like moment speech, like in the movies where it's like this wraps up the whole thing, tells you the whole message right there. And it just doesn't work for me at all.
Well, isn't the speech, "We did everything we can," and the point of the movie is they didn't? Or is that
by that point in the movie, he is aware that the forces in power are not doing everything they can.
So this is where I don't know.
It's where he has like a network moment where he just snaps.
Oh.
He doesn't kill anybody, though.
Yeah, I can see where the metaphor is really breaking down there.
Well, yeah, because they even do a thing near the end, spoilers, I guess, where the meteor is visible, which is where the name of the movie comes from, because they launch a campaign to say, like, "Hey, look up, there's the meteor," and then the president launches a campaign that says, "Don't look up," and that's like the crux of the story there.
The real reason why people aren't doing things about climate change is because the wealthiest people won't be suffering too much from it.
Yeah, if a meteor hits Earth, the wealthiest people will in fact suffer.
And also, realistically, China would have fixed that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, they do something where, like, China tries to fix it and it doesn't work or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. The movie's not good. And I've spent too long talking about it. Yeah, tune out. I also watched Guillermo del Toro's latest movie, Nightmare Alley.
Oh.
Yeah, it was alright. It's pretty good.
I don't want to talk about it. It sounds scary.
That sounds really scary.
You would think because...
You ever go out at night, like late at night?
Yeah.
It's dark and there's people.
Yeah, it's sort of what the movie's like.
Oh, dear.
It's dark and there's people. It's a movie of like two halves.
I don't like people.
People are strange.
The first half is like a carnival movie where like this guy, this drifter and con man joins a carnival, and then in the second half he's scared. Like found a way to con rich people, and as you imagine, that doesn't end well for him. It's a good movie. I didn't feel anything for any of the characters, but the story was fun and the visuals were great.
Nice.
And now, if you thought I talked long about Don't Look Up, we gotta talk about something else, and it's not gonna be pleasant. I finished Obi-Wan Kenobi.
My dad was mad about that because a woman slapped a stormtrooper. And
I don't even fucking remember that, but...
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah. I turned that shit off before even finishing the first episode. I watched the Obi-Wan Vader scene.
I got 3 words. No, wait. 5 words.
You got 14 words.
I think it's 5.
Uh-oh.
Should have been a movie.
Yep, probably.
Should have been a movie. I don't need. This should not be a 6-hour show, especially because there's so much stuff that's just drawn out and filler. There's a whole episode where, I guess spoilers for Obi-Wan. Just sort of skip ahead a little bit. So Princess Leia is in this, like young Princess Leia. So it's a precocious little kid who's trying to talk like Carrie Fisher talks. That's a problem. But she gets kidnapped, and that's like the crux of the story. Obi-Wan gets her back in like episode 3, and then has to go get her again in like episode 4.
So episode 3 was entirely pointless, is what you're saying.
Episode 4 is entirely pointless because it's all like the end of her. She gets her, and then she gets captured again, so that we can do episode 4.
So this is like Sonic 06 tier, right?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much, actually. It's a shame, too, because Ewan McGregor is clearly game, and they just give him, like, very little here.
And I had nothing... Yeah, they don't really have anyone for him to play off against.
No, because he's playing against a child.
And a robot, a computer-generated voice.
Yeah, a computer-generated Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, they got Hayden Christensen to play Vader, and he's wearing high heels. They
put Hayden Christensen in the Darth Vader suit when they could have just put literally anybody in there. Keo, that's the guy who plays Anakin in like the original prequel movies.
In the Star Wars, they had like a 7-foot-tall bodybuilder playing Darth Vader. And every scene he's just towering over people.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't need to act; he just needs to like face the right way and bob his head a little bit.
He also has to be big.
Yeah.
That's what, well, I know. I'm saying he's not the act. Yeah. He can just be any guy.
It's so wild that Disney's just hiring people to put them in suits now. Like they hire Pedro Pascal and they're like, "You will be in the Mandalorian suit." And he's like,
"At least he does voice acting and out."
But he's in the suit for certain scenes.
Yeah. Oh.
Just like hanging out with the helmet on and everything.
He does a lot of body acting, I guess.
Yeah. Which is, I don't want to make this about the whole Star Wars thing in general, but it's also why it's so infuriating that the Boba Fett show was just him taking his helmet off and being like, "Oh yeah, it's me, Boba Fett.
I'm some unremarkable guy. I will rule with respect."
I don't rule with fear. I'm not killing them. Anyway, Obi-Wan is still marginally better than Boba Fett. That's how bad Boba Fett was. But it's nothing.
That's nothing.
It's nothing. It's big nothing. Maybe a movie would have been better, but I mean, like, it would have at least been shorter.
Also, Darth Vader and Obi-Wan fight, but nothing happens.
They fight twice, and at the end...
Twice?
They fight once, and Vader kicks Obi-Wan's ass. And then naturally, the second time, Obi-Wan kicks Vader's ass. You gotta have the rubber match.
I didn't know there was a second fight. I only knew about the first fight.
Yeah, they fight again in the finale.
They're fighting each other, and there's no consequence from it?
Nope. Yeah, you remember, Keo, you watched the first movie. You remember how Obi-Wan and Darth Vader meet, and Vader seems to suggest that they haven't met in a long time? It was like 10 years.
They've actually been fighting all this time.
Yeah, it was actually, they hadn't met in a decade.
But this time, in the actual movie, something actually happens.
Yeah, in the sense that Vader kills Obi-Wan.
Like, do they have, like, an emotional moment or anything?
I guess he kills him. I don't know if he kills him.
I don't know. I can never tell in that scene. Does Obi-Wan, like, just sacrifice himself?
Yeah.
He just lets himself die, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He needs Luke to get the hell out of there.
I think he force kills himself before the lightsaber can even hit him.
Well, long before he dies, they are back at it. They're fighting again and all that stuff. And yeah, to your point, Cinemaster, there is an emotional sort of scene there, which it kind of works at the end here. There's a major problem, but like, okay, so we're just going to go full spoilers. Like I said, keep skipping. So him and Vader have this final fight, and he wrecks Vader. Like, Vader's mask is broken. This guy is, like, wheezing. He could just kill him right there, and Obi-Wan's like, no. And he just leaves.
There have to be more movies.
You have to continue to... Which is, like, wild to me, because this dude has to know how many people Vader has killed and will continue to kill. And he's just like, no. Actually, no. I've chose the path of the centrist.
If I kill him now, how will the actual movies happen?
If I kill him now, I'll become him.
That's kind of what I think the vibe they're going for there, but they have like a scene where he's like apologizing to Anakin, and then Vader's like, Anakin's not there, man. Anakin's not here, dude. And Obi-Wan's like, damn. Alright, we'll see you later, Darth Vader. Pieces out. And that's like the closest thing we get to emotion in this, really. And
sad.
I mean, like the bits with Obi-Wan and Vader, mostly Obi-Wan and Anakin, work. It's just everything around it is like half thought out. All these characters like aren't fleshed out in any meaningful way.
Like there's that Inquisitor lady who wants revenge on Obi-Wan or whatever, and I hear literally no one talking about her.
Yeah,
it seems like she's the main antagonist.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks for this lady because Star Wars fans suck, and she got a bunch of like, you know, racist comments and stuff, but like that doesn't really have anything to do with it, obviously. It's just that her character is poorly written.
Yes.
She is an Inquisitor, which is like the people who hunt down Jedi or whatever, and it's revealed, is one of the surviving younglings from when Anakin kills all these children in the Jedi Temple. And her thing to get Obi-Wan out is like a long con to get close enough to kill Vader. It doesn't work, obviously, because Vader's onto that shit. And then after Vader thoroughly trashes her, like beats her up and doesn't kill her for some reason, Vader's just like, I'm not going to kill you. And then leaves. I guess it's a common theme in the show. I've
killed a lot of people, but not this one.
I kill almost everybody I best in combat, but not you. And then she's like, oh yeah? Well, I've just found out about your son, and I'm gonna go kill him.
What?
So her whole basis for revenge was that she saw all of her friends die when she was young, and now she's gonna go kill a child. And so the whole last episode is Obi-Wan and Vader are fighting, and then meanwhile she's like going around and like trying to kill Luke Skywalker while his aunt and uncle are fending her off. It's just so pointless.
Okay. That sounds stupid and gay.
It's very dumb. And then she doesn't even die or anything. Like, she just has a scene with Obi-Wan where he's like, perhaps the best way to move forward is with mercy, or something like that. And then because Star Wars is nothing but like a series of references at this point, Qui-Gon Jinn shows up at the end.
The end.
The end. It's literally like they took like 2 seconds to get Liam Neeson on like a lot so that he could say 2 lines, and then that was the end of the episode.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
It was bad.
I didn't even think about watching this.
You know what? I was thinking about it. Star Wars is bad.
That sucks.
Bad, guys.
Finally, you've come around.
It's time for the era of Gundam.
It's true. Anyway, yeah, it's a tune out on Obi-Wan. It's not good. Maybe next time around we'll get a good Star Wars show.
Nope.
Probably not. I think the next one is the guy from Rogue One.
And the Watto show.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'd watch, though. Anyway, that's it for me. Anything else for you guys? Anything you missed?
No.
Alright, good.
What if they made like a show like called Jar Jar Binks Torture Warehouse? He's got like he's like torturing people.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I'd watch that.
He's not being tortured, he's the torturer.
So Saw.
Yeah.
You also want to play a game?
Yeah, that would kill HBO Max.
That would kill... Yeah, it would be on HBO Max, too.
Oh, no. it would be salvaged because he gets brutally murdered in the last episode.
Oh, but like they have a clue that like you gotta keep room open for a second season. So like he's brutally murdered, but like there's a clue that like maybe he's still alive.
Like, what would the clue be? His finger twitches?
Yeah.
Oh, his ear twitches.
No, or he's like laying there with like his tongue hanging out, and like a fly is buzzing around, and the tongue grabs the fly.
Yeah.
So it's not really a clue. It's shown that he's still alive.
Well, yeah, it's like a horror movie ending. Anyway, enough gripe. Let's talk about something. Let's talk about something that nobody has any problems with: the police in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Let's talk about Bosch. We're here for episode 3, titled "Blue Religion."
That's right.
Yeah, we open up with Bosch is looking at the body of this guy who killed himself.
It's like, damn, who did this? Laughing emoji.
I'd hate to have Bosch staring at me when I'm dead and deceased.
I feel like I'd feel bad if any murder detective was staring at my corpse intently.
That would imply I'd been killed.
Yes.
True. But what if they were just looking at it like because?
That'd be even worse.
Yeah. They'd probably be disappointed there wasn't a murder.
So there's this guy
Killed
kills himself, and everybody's like, "Wow, can't believe this guy killed himself because of the LAPD." And
like,
Bosch starts passing off his guilt on other people, like he does to this reporter. This reporter's like, "Yeah, man, I got this from you," and he's like, "Yeah, well, think about that when you sleep at night, man."
Oh, yeah, but also Bosch didn't want him to have it.
Bosch did not actually give it to him.
Also, this guy does seem like a jerk.
This guy is a jerk, to
Yeah.
be fair, but it's also 100% Bosch feeling guilty and passing it off on someone else. Like, he goes up to this guy and starts this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did not need to go to his house and antagonize him.
Oh, I meant the reporter, but maybe later he does go to the reporter's house.
Oh, I mean, he went to the suspect's house and basically antagonized him.
Yeah, that didn't help either. So, like, the people, his superior officer and Lance Riddick are like, yeah, I mean, listen, we could just pin this on this guy if we wanted to and, like, end it. And he's like, and then the real killer will get away.
I hate to go back to this, but I would imagine if you're doing an investigation on somebody, you don't just give it away that they're the prime suspect. You're supposed to be real subtle and get them to think that they're not under suspicion so that they're less cautious.
Well, that journalist
True.
guy was creeping on them.
But that's not how Bosch operates, Keo. He has his own set of morals, his own code.
That guy was like a tabloid reporter just spying on everyone.
Yeah,
But how did he even know that Bosch was suspecting him?
because he was there.
He probably looked up the guy.
Yeah, I guess
If
so.
he
So
know-
he just saw that Bosch. He just saw that Bosch went there.
Yeah, I was there a
and
while.
he just kind of deduced that he was the top suspect and just
He
published
was like,
that.
who's this guy? And then he found him on the sex offender registry and was like, oh. Yeah. And then he just published that.
He just ran with that story, yeah. Yeah, they want
it seems like it's kind of jumping to conclusions.
they want Bosch.
Kinda
They're like, listen,
irresponsible.
Bosch, we want you to do the thing, man.
Do the thing, come on.
We want you, Bosch, say the line. And Bosch is like, no, he didn't
Kind
do
of
it.
feeling. It's like,
Bosch and talk.
I'm putting him in the Bosching machine.
oh, I would love that.
But yeah, he's like, this guy didn't do it, and we're not saying it. And so they run with the press release, and then someone leaks to the newspapers anyway that they think he was the killer,
There was an anonymous source
Yeah.
confirming this.
aka the guy above him who hates his guts. Probably. There's a weird
Is that
scene here where they're
Is
talking.
that how anonymous sources work in the news media? You can just like send in a tip and they publish it.
Breaking. A guy told me the president is gay.
Yeah, it's true. If Tokyo Vice taught me anything, that is how you do it.
Yeah, I guess you could just say that the news media just doesn't care, but they're supposed to like verify it and just not publish the name.
There's a weird bit of comedy that comes in after this scene where Bulk and Skull have a Keebler elf hanging out because it's Christmas
for
time,
Christmas.
and Bosch's partner is talking about it like that's a Keebler elf. That's not like an elf, and Bosch is like concerned that he knows what the Keebler elves are. This thing that I think everyone knows what that is, right?
I guess the author didn't know.
Wait, what's a Keebler elf?
You know, they're the little like snack cracker elves. They're
like these three guys that are also very small.
What?
Yeah, they're all little elves. They live in a tree and they make crackers.
Let me look this up.
They were on one episode of Family Guy. You should know them.
Keebler elf. Let's see. Let's take a look at this.
He's looking it up with the same urgency that he looks at Matthew McConaughey.
Is that spelled K-E-E-B or C-E-E-B?
It's K-E-B-B-L-E-R.
I have no idea what this is. Let's see. Is it that they make cookies or crackers?
Yeah, sorta.
They make it all. They're sort of all. They're sort
of like elves. A monopoly.
Yeah.
How long has this been around? Is this like new?
No, it's been around forever.
New business.
Longer than time itself.
Longer than us.
Yeah.
I guess that's why he's old and like the elf is old.
Yeah. Yeah, he was once a young elf.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Bosch.
I don't know. Bosch was like, I guess Bosch would be fine with you then. Because he's like worried for his partner that he's familiar with the Keebler elves.
I think Keebler elves are very obscure thing. That
I don't know. Maybe it's an East Coast thing.
I don't remember
maybe
Bosch
it's
really having a horse in this race. He's mostly just
Bosch like walks up, pulls like a bunk, like shaking his head a thing, and then it's just like, dang. And that's like the end of the comedy
scene. Generally
scene.
Disgusted at everyone in the office.
Yeah,
not just specifically
I've been putting
his partner.
I've been putting you on, by the way, guys. I know exactly what.
Yeah,
that
we know.
Is.
Man, I can't believe.
I think Swanson bought it.
I was willing to believe that maybe I was wrong in my thoughts of the Keebler elves, and like it was only popular on like the half of the United States that I grew up in.
A Carl's Jr. situation.
Yeah, it's Keebler elves over here. Meanwhile, it's Keebler elves with a C over there.
Kubler elves.
Kugler elves.
And he has angry eyebrows over here.
Yeah.
It's the Bobbler gnomes over there.
So Bosch goes and hangs out with his significantly younger girlfriend. And listen, there's nothing hotter than when a guy tells you that you fucked up and that you're going to lose your job because you fucked up so bad. And that's pretty much what Bosch does here. Because he's a stickler for the law, except for when it applies to him.
Well, notice that all the training violations she gets in trouble for aren't things that endanger the regular citizens of Los Angeles, but her fellow cops.
That's what he's mad about, actually, yeah. It's true, he's actually mad about that. Like, if she had shot a person, he'd be like, it happens all the time. Don't worry, don't beat yourself up over it.
Did you get your first kill tattoo yet?
Let me help you pick it up. Yeah, and
I got a little man with X's on his eyes.
Because that's what he looked like when he was dead. Just like the most psychopathic shit you could say.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bosch is like, "Yeah, you fucked up. You're gonna get thrown out. What are you gonna do then?" And
he didn't even say that. He was just like, "You were reckless."
Yeah.
You were a naughty boy.
She was like, "I was reckless. I mean, like, you did shoot like your fifth person And he's like, yeah, whatever. And he
It was a
leaves.
good killing.
I'm good at it.
Good one.
One of the best.
He's the best in the biz. That's why they call him Bosch.
You know what they call him? Sometimes they call him boss.
That comes later, I bet, when he gets a promotion. They call him Boss Bosch.
You
So-
are a true detective, surpassing even that of the Bosch himself. For that, we award you the title Big Bosch.
Big Bosch. So yeah, he gets a tip about somebody, some other body from a runaway home, and or from a runaway who left their home, and he goes and investigates it with his partner.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out to be someone who also might have been killed in the same manner as the original body he found.
No, it is the same guy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
They examined the
he-
surgery photos from the hospital with the skull.
Yeah, that's
They
right.
go to the bone collector to...
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
like the
he
scene
talks
with
to the
him.
bone collector, and before he does that, he's staring at like the tar pits, just
Yeah.
thinking about life, thinking about bones.
Having a true detective moment.
Yeah, I'm having a hashtag True Detective moment. So,
That's where we all end up in the end, in the tar pit. You're just fooling yourself if you think otherwise.
time is a flat tar pit. So yeah, Bosch.
We're just bones waiting to be collected.
True, actually. When you think about it,
Yeah.
that's why I'm gonna get cremated. No bones.
That's what they don't want you to
Bone
know.
dust.
I want people to sprinkle my ashes in cyberspace. Hopefully
I
they'll
want a
figure out a way to
Twitter-
do that by the time I die.
I want a Twitter burial.
Yeah. I don't know what that'll entail, but do it to me. Bury me in Twitter. So he goes and meets the district attorney who is making a bid for what's he making a bid for? Governor?
He's running for like mayor of L.A.,
Yeah, something like that.
which is
which
God as far as Bosch is concerned. The series,
I guess, yeah. As far as this series is concerned, once you're mayor of LA, you control the entire city forever.
which is where everything happens outside of like season 4.
So, this guy is like, hey, listen, Bosch, this guy in prison, he confessed to the murders. And he seems like he's got a pretty good story. Why don't you go meet with him? Bosch is like, I don't buy it.
You're full of shit.
Like, yeah, this is dumb. This is dumb. It's not real. He's like, I don't know. Maybe go listen to him for a little bit. He's like, no.
I'll listen to him, but I won't listen
Bosch
to
does
him.
have a point that this guy is a murdering psychopath who can lie
True.
without remorse.
I guess it's implied that like he provided the district attorney with like enough info for them to believe that he actually knew.
I think the district attorney was just bored.
Well, I mean the Lance Riddick's character, Bosch goes for like a nice meeting while Lance Riddick's at like a fancy restaurant, and he's like, "This guy's aiming to make a big political move," and if this was the part that I thought was perhaps the funniest sort of the way Lance Riddick delivers these lines from this police captain, where he's like, if this guy gets his way, there'll be more supervision for cops. It'll be a disaster. He
Yeah,
says it
because
with
we
like
know that's-
genuine, a genuinely annoyed and frightened tone at the prospect of being supervised.
I don't want to be supervised.
Same.
It's true, but do we have guns? Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah. We have got like a whole cardboard box full of...
Yeah, we do. We do have the
Huh.
gun box, which is sort of it's over in the corner where we keep all of our guns. Every time we
Yeah,
buy a
and
new
we
one, we
keep
throw
'em-
it in there.
We keep them locked. Well, not locked. We keep them loaded. They're not in any type of enclosure other than the cardboard box, which is open.
Yeah,
But they are loaded.
they're
But the
loaded,
box-
and all of the safeties are off of all of them.
And also they're pointed right at us.
Yeah. So nothing will go wrong, probably.
Yeah, this is no type of like Chekhov's gun situation.
No, I don't
already
even know
have
what
one of those
Chekhov
set up.
is, but I probably have his gun.
We already have a Chekhov's gun set up with the whole immigration border patrol subplot.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. We'll have to see if that comes to any sort of conclusion. So yeah, Bosch goes and meets with this guy. Well, first Bosch makes up with his girlfriend, and then he goes and meets with this guy, as is the way of life. And
Yeah, you know what the what I noticed about this show is that you could very easily spark notes it and get all you need out of this episode.
yeah, it's what's the word for this? Slow show.
Yeah, it's slow and not very exciting.
No, it's boring.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
know
it's
what I
a
was
good show
thinking
when
when I
you're
watched
like,
it the first time.
yeah, like it's a good show when you're ready for sleep. Bad show when you're awake and have to talk about it at length for a podcast.
When you're snuggled up in bed, ready to fall asleep, and you have Bosch's forlorn look on his face.
Yeah. So Bosch goes and meets with this guy, and he reveals specific details. And Bosch is like, "You're full of shit." No,
Well,
no way.
I didn't really give anything useful until he brings up the starfish.
Yeah. And that's when his partner's like, "Bosch, that guy knew that thing," and he's like, "Yeah, I still don't buy it. Still don't buy it." He has a line that I wrote down because I thought it definitely seemed like a line that someone wrote thinking it was cool, and it is. It's "I'm too old a cat to be fucked by a kitten."
Yeah, Bosch is cool.
Keo, what are your thoughts on this line? Let me say it again, real quick. Get it clean. "I'm too old a cat to be fucked by a kitten."
I'm too old, but I'm too
I
old a cat.
think Bosch has a way with words. I think he's a powerful figure, and I respect him. I respect his opinions, and I think he's right about this whole thing.
True. And yeah, so he's like, this guy's lying, and then the episode just ends. The episode's like, we'll have to wait till next Bosch.
Wonder if he's lying.
He is.
Probably. I mean, I think we already have evidence in terms of the audience that he's lying.
He is lying, but the district attorney's like, okay, go around with this guy to these murder sites. And so the guy lures them to like this abandoned factory that he scoped out.
How do you
And
have time to
tricks-
scope out an abandoned factory? He's been in
He's
jail.
been there before.
Oh, okay.
And so like he's like, oh, the elevator doesn't work, we'll have to use the stairs. And he trips and smashes his nose. And he's like, oh, lawyer man, my nose hurts. Please get me out of these restrictive cuffs. And when they do, he steals a cop's gun and shoots them and makes a run for the LA River.
Damn.
And then he terrorizes the city of Los Angeles for the rest of the season. And it's like taunting Bosch on the phone.
Wow.
Crazy
Sounds
stuff.
like an exciting adventure.
Luckily, we will never watch Bosch again.
Well, yeah, Bosch is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, dead.
So yeah, that's the episode, and I can't say I'm gonna miss this show because it got real boring.
It's a real
Was it
boring.
ever
It's a real
exciting?
boring show.
Yeah.
Were all the first streaming shows boring?
Yes.
I feel like Bosch started when I was like not paying any attention to streaming. So like 2014, 2015 was when Bosch was around. It's just a slow,
Wasn't House of
plotting
Cards
sort of
already
deal.
like on the decline at that point?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah, my biggest takeaway is okay. Part of the problem is that you know it's very flatly shot. It's nothing's going on visually with this show.
It's true. You're just
You
looking
can get-
at the scenes as they happen. There's nothing going on here. They might not even have a director. They just might put a camera there.
Yeah.
I could pretty much get the same thing out of it by having like a picture book with which just
Oh,
has
that'd be delightful.
the summary.
Bosch reading his picture book, Fucked by a Kitten.
Yeah, a picture book with just like 10 pages, one with each scene.
Yeah. I really do think the only sort of thing about this show is the few times that Lance Reddick shows up, and just Bosch in general as a character seems mildly interesting.
Yeah.
And that's it. Because there's no one else that Bosch plays off of that's fun.
His partner's boring.
His partner's boring. His girlfriend's boring. His
partner's like, Bosch, I agree. Let's go.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it was almost a bit of meta commentary when the murderer was like, "Does he let you talk?" Because Bosch really doesn't. But Bosch is just like, "This is my black friend."
Yeah.
Yeah. In addition to all of the other elements that are just normal TV in this day and age, elements of like extremely on the side of the cops in almost any situation.
Oh no.
So yeah, I'm tuning out on this last episode of Bosch.
I just tuned out too. I'm dead inside now.
Yeah, I'm gonna tune out on Bosch too. I love the arc that we've gone on in this, where it started out and Stair was like, "Yeah, Bosch," and now it's Bosch.
I was like, wait, what's going on here? Huh?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's like I got drunk and fucked my best friend, and now this is the morning after. And I've realized I've done something. I've two worlds that should have never met came together.
It's true.
My bestie and my, ding dong.
That's what they always say. My bestie and my ding dong.
Should never meet.
Yeah, so I guess that's it for this week's episode of the... Oh, what? Hold on, what was that? Border Patrol. We're here to collect a pumpkin.
Pumpkin, no!
Wow, I really wish I...
You have the right. You have no rights. You will come with us, pumpkin. Damn.
Wait, take me instead.
Okay.
Oh, I can do that?
Yes.
Yeah, we've looked at the index and you're dark enough to count.
Okay. And you're going to spare pumpkin?
No, I'm taking you both.
No one gets spared.
Dang, who's this mysterious figure?
Well, I guess I'm going to go to some kind of like unmarked facility now. Later, guys.
He's with the Yellow King now in Carcosa.
Wait, Stare. We gotta save Kyorain. Maybe Pumpkin too, but mostly Kyorain. Hit the box.
Oh, okay. All right, I guess we're gonna go murder multiple federal officers. Is that what we're doing?
No, I said I meant kick the box. It's all loaded in there. We don't have to do anything.
Okay, kick.
They broke my cuffs and I'm free.
No one was murdered. The end. Let that be a lesson to everybody. Murder's not the answer, unless it is. I hope you learned a valuable lesson today, everybody.
Oh no, those ice guys are back and now they're strangling me.
Well, all's well that ends well, I guess. Anyway, that's it for this week's episode of the show. This was the end of our trail for Bosch, but we're back to on another trail, perhaps a more interesting one. If I recall, it is. We're going to watch 3 episodes of Dexter, starting next week. So get ready, everybody. We're going on a ride with our dark passengers to Murder Town, USA. Strap in. And until next week, keep boshing. Bye. It's over.
I found him.
Hey folks, it's time for the TV Tuners Fact of the Week. Did did you know that in 2003, Stairmaster staged an elaborate prison escape from his school?
That's right. Huh?